Hello, everybody. This is Bugsy here. Well, let's talk about this. Oh, that's weird. I could do it in day. I could do it in the day. Well, Bugsy. Well, I just want to tell you guys. Oh, yeah, the Chris stuff is wild. I found I'm not gonna tell you everything you already know. I'm just gonna tell you my take on it. I think it's very wrong. I feel it's very sick. And honestly, let me turn this off so you guys can actually take me seriously. Um, I feel like if I feel like Barb probably couldn't consent, and allegedly he did, allegedly. But I'm pretty. I think we're all pretty in the camp knowing that Chris is you know. But I'll say allegedly, just to be certain, just to be safe, just to be safe. But I'm saying to me because because it's pretty damning evidence that this happened, and I would always me and my girlfriend would make jokes about it, but we never thought in a million years that Chris would allegedly do this crap. Because at the end of the day, guys, this ain't no troll op. This is some real shit. You know? And after all of this, and after he could leave his house, after the despicable thing he did, he just went to the goddamn mall. Chris ain't even thinking about his actions, but like I say, see, it's all the people buying into his delusion. I know some people wanted to help him, but no one tried to break him of his. No one tried to break Chris of their delusions. No one. It's another thing to help him, but I feel like the reason Chris thinks he can get away with it because he knows someone's gonna bail him out. But now that ain't happening. The GoFundMe money's gone. The GoFundMe money has been refunded. Pretty much all his revenues of getting money, they're done. And I feel like at the end of the day, I feel that what Chris did was very disgusting. If it happened, but we're pretty sure that it did. I feel like if Barb, it doesn't matter to me if Barb did or didn't consent, it was still weird and wrong, and all the other little texts saying that, Chris and all the freaking, no, all the freaking disgusting bits I'm probably going to talk about more on my website, because, I gotta be a little bit more careful around here, but I don't know. I don't know whether to freaking salute and all for sticking with Chris as long as he has, or just saying to no, dude, you should have tried to break him out of this delusion, try to give him some help. I know he would have fought, but at the end of the day, this is what happens when a person thinks that they're untouchable, that nothing can truly hurt them, that they're invincible. Because no matter what, Chris thinks he's free from blame. He doesn't understand that the proverbial shit has truly hit the fan. Whether y'all think he's guilty or not, that evidence is pretty damning. So, I don't know what's going to happen, guys. To me, it's the end of Christery, my friends. The quickie is the Wikipedia is done. It is gone. It is like all the knowledge and stuff. All that stuff is gone. It is done. It is destroyed. It is demolished. I can't. There, either people are getting on the quickie so freaking fast to know about Chris, or who's ever in control of the quickie is it's pretty much gone. It's done. It's over with. And if I had one message to say to Chris, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something, man. What you did there was wrong. Okay? There ain't no one to bail you out. There ain't no one to say anything to you. It's done, Chris. You gonna see. Like my dad used to say, they can show you better than they can tell you. And you about to get shown. Straight up. Because either way, Chris violated his protection order because like Noah was like, hey, Barb didn't give you money, right? And he's like no, but Chris actually stole the money, which again will mess with his the protection order and stuff, and we know about Barb and all this stuff, and they're trying to reevaluate her and stuff like that. It's really messed up, and those texts, I try to get them out of my mind, but it's hard because it's really freaking gross. And I thought the worst thing Chris ever did was the Phantom stuff, or the blow up doll. But no, this is far worse than I could ever possibly imagine. Like initially, when I first heard the news, I was disgusted. Like I wanted to throw up. I ain't even gonna fake. I'm not even gonna fake. This ain't a joke. I was literally seconds away of actually just throwing up all over my floor. That's how bad this was. Like, Chris has done some things that almost made me vomit, but this, and then the text, and then his dad being a son at you, and this weird stuff, and it just, couldn't take it for a minute. I was like, ugh. Kudos for Base Shaman for doing that stream where we all kind of chilled for a bit and was able to laugh a little bit. Because, man, this stuff was too serious for me to the point where I just couldn't make jokes. And now I can, but like, ooh. Everybody's saying Barb. And everybody's saying Barb and the word that rhymes with wussy. And I'm like, oh, Lord. Like, which made me want to puke. Now, people, I'm tackling this from, even though I'm saying stuff, this is alleged what he did, but it's, like I said, the evidence is pretty damning. I don't know what's going to happen to Chris. He could go to jail. He could go to a mental hospital. I've talked to a lot of people, and they said he'll either go to a jail or a mental hospital, depending. Who knows? The courts could go either way. So, guys, like I said, I guess it's the end of Christery, man. But I feel like, let this be a lesson, We document someone on the internet, and through all the trolling, men in pickle suits, the Sonachus, the Mary Lee Walshes, and everything else. Chris, I don't know. I always feel like if Chris was brought up better, maybe there would have been a chance for him to come out slightly more. if he just learned how to, like, didn't, not blab, like, his whole information, people digging for his stuff, and him just saying all this stuff about his life and everything. If he wasn't so documented, maybe things would have been different. And maybe if he had actual people who literally, maybe in the beginning, if he actually had people who actually cared about him, maybe things would have been different. But we don't live in maybe land. We live in, oh my God, this is real land. To all of us, it's been kind of sobering for a lot of us. For me, who makes the occasional joke, and me, who's always made like a bunch of Sonichu jokes to my friends, like, now Nickelodeon Sonichu, with my little freaking faux Nickelodeon voice. It's a very fucked up situation. To the point where I'm just like, I gotta talk about it a little bit. Not because I want to milk the situation, because it just, I feel like I need to say something. And Chris, I'm being serious with you, man. You about to learn that your actions actually do have consequences. Doubt you're ever gonna see this video, but if you do, your actions do have consequences, and you about to see where those consequences will lead you. Folks, a lot of people were thinking, how would Chris even get out of this one? I don't think there's no way he could get out of this. It's pretty open and shut. Depends on what the jury Depends on what the jury decides. Depends on what the judge and jury will decide, pretty much. I got nothing else to say but, and to all you Kiwi Farm folks out there, I want you to know that y'all can't help everybody. Even people like Chris, you can't really help people like him. Because the help he would have needed should have came from him from the beginning. I feel like if we really wanted to help him, they should have tried to break him from the delusion. All the idea guys ever really did was just double down on it. Jacob Sognus played into it because he wanted to get down. He wanted to get down into Chris. And some had to play along to just keep Chris placated. But that's the thing. Y'all kept playing along with it. And I know it's because you probably felt like you had to. But because you guys constantly bail him out, and because some of you constantly give him money, he thinks that as long as you guys are around, as long as you guys are around, he's always gonna be safe. He's always gonna be safe. So anything he'll do is pretty much just okay. Anything he'll do, any messed up thing he'll do, he knows that somehow he's gonna get bailed out by somebody. But now, with everybody backing away, nobody's gonna really be there to really help him this time. Like, to me, I think that's a good thing. Chris needs to understand the consequence, and if it does happen in negative consequences, like him ending up in prison or whatever, he hasn't been arrested. But if it ends up with him going to jail or something else, he needs to face that consequence. y'all coddled him and tried to keep him away from all the stuff to try to, you know, to keep him away from all the stuff that he was doing and saying. But y'all gotta understand, now he's gotta deal with this himself. No one's gonna really help him, granted, but I just want to say that you can't help anybody, and if someone has this deep of a delusion like Chris, you need to break them out of it. You need to take them to a mental hospital or something. You can't just play in their delusions, because it just gets worse. You know? Kind of reminds me of a lot of people who kind of reminds me of a few people I used to run into. Sometimes, folks, you gotta break that delusion. It's the only way people can grow. But I'm gonna go. Because honestly, this whole thing is still kind of gross, and some things I really don't feel like talking about. Most of that. So that's like the abridged version from me. But on Tuesday, I want to tell you that we will be playing Final Fantasy again. I've just been kind of busy and all this other stuff, and then the Chris stuff happened. Like, seriously, that's totally how I wanted to spend my weekend, just thinking about Chris and the stuff that went down. Dylan screen capped, and here's something to note. Dylan screen capped it, and was like, Chris just played it off like, it's a test for you. This is a test. And I'm like, Chris, this is some serious. If I was in Dylan's place, I'd have been like, Chris, this is some serious fucking shit, man. Like, honestly, this is some serious shit. You ain't gonna be in some big shit. You're gonna be in some big trouble, and no one's gonna be around to save you. So, yeah. And the fact that he just didn't give Dylan a straight answer just made me go, dude, that is messed up. Again, we can blame a bunch of people I could blame all the people that had a hand in Chris' stuff, but what's done is done. And I kind of did blame some of the Game Farm students, but like, they ain't, like, there's no good in just constantly blaming people, you know? Because what's done is, oh my god. Okay, because what's done is done, folks. And now we're gonna let the jury decide. And now that Chris is constantly making it worse for himself, he could easily go to prison. And if this goes the way I think it will probably happen. So Chris Ree is done, guys. You know, knowing everything about Chris is it's done. Sure, some people will find a new locale, but I think others will be kicking themselves others will be kicking themselves that they even tried to help Chris in the first place. You know, sometimes, guys, you gotta understand you can't help everybody. Some people you can help. You can reach. Other people like Chris, you can't really do much. try to get them the help they need, but nothing like that happened. So, at the end of the day, no one's to blame. No one's to blame for real. Because, yeah, Chris got coddled. But it's like no one stepped in the moment he was having like fantasies about his mom. Because that was like a huge red flag. You know. But hey. It don't matter now. What matters is, well, I don't know. I don't really know what to say. There's not really a good spin I can put on this. But I'll just say this. Peace. And remember people. Remember, one, don't bang your mom. That's one. And don't bang people with dementia. That's two. And three. Don't play along with a person's delusions. Because in the long run, it hurts people. It hurts them. But hey, I'm out of here. Peace. This is like probably the only ChrisChan video I will ever do. Don't expect me to be all, I'm doing more Chris stuff, yeah, because I don't want to milk. I don't want to talk about Chris being in jail. I'll just be what I've always been. Some people have forgotten that, like, the first rule of, like, you know, about Chris is just to observe. And to me, I'm just going back to what I was doing before. Observing. Because we had better prepare for how the story ends. Because I think it's going to be a real doozy. Peace.